Hi, my beautiful Geminis. This is Marta with Universal Power Tarot. Hi, people. How are you all doing? Are you doing good? I hope so. I really, really hope so. Um, yeah, these messages we bring you here are supposed to encourage, elevate, and empower you guys. Yes, Gemini, as well as myself, of course. My sweethearts, thank you so much for all of your love and support, for subscribing, for liking, for sharing, for your beautiful comments. I really appreciate those. And yeah, also, if you would like to win a 20-minute free private reading with me and Spirit, then simply subscribe to the channel and say that you did so below in the comment section. That will let us know that you would like to win the 20-minute free private reading for July, because the June one has gone already. Congratulations. We still are going to do that one. I'm really looking forward to it. It's probably going to be really amazing. So I'm really curious what's going to come out. And yeah, just help us push to the 10,000, please, because that's a personal goal of mine. The next one's going to be 50,000. So we'll see how we go on that one. All right, Gemini. This is a mix of new and old. If you haven't watched like the experimental readings that we did here, I really recommend that you check them out. They're quite magical and a little bit further out there, but definitely worth watching. All right, and this is going to be a mix of new and old, and I'm very curious because I'm just going to go along with what Spirit tells me here. There's probably going to be an extended because Aries and Taurus had one, so I'm reckoning Gemini is going to have one as well. We'll see. Let's hop into your reading. There's, by the way, one card that flew out for you, Gemini, that I haven't read yet and not going to read until later, until they tell me so. That one jumped out for you. Also, what I need to tell you is, as I was tapping into your energies, I could feel my throat. Like, it was perfectly fine before, but I'm feeling actually restricted. And it's like, now that I'm talking about it, you can hear it with my voice. It's like not speaking up. There's some restriction in your throat chakra. So there may be a need for you to work on that. Also, the throat chakra is connected to our sexual organs. So that's very important. Singing actually really helps because it not only grounds us and gets our breathing in order, it really helps with those kind of issues as well. Okay? All right, just shooting it out there. Also, what I heard as I was pre-shuffling all your cards was take it slow, take it easy, Gemini. Okay, take it real slow, take real good care of yourself. Let's hop in. This is a general reading, my dear Gemini, so it may, thank you, may or may not resonate with you. Please only take what resonates, and thanks, and leave the rest behind, because that means it's for, thank you, oh my God, it's for somebody else. You can reverse the placements, and it's not gender specific, nor is it really time specific. I know I put timestamps on it. However, this is more of an orientation kind of a point for yourself and for me. And whenever the title of a message resonates with you, my sweet people, then go ahead and watch it. There may be a message in it for you. Trust yourself. Trust your gut on that one. Let's hop in, shall we? I already saw the story, so let's go. You have the Six of Cups here. This is definitely about a person coming back into your life. This could be an ex, it could be a mother or father that you were arguing with, and or some other kind of a relationship that will pop up back into your life. And that's not really surprising because there are a lot of retrogrades happening right now, and that's like almost hitting the reverse button on a CPR, if you still know those. And CPR, is that how they're called? Oh my God, I hope this is the right abbreviation, with the videotapes and video cassettes, you know, and then you hit the rewind button, if you still know those, and it's like that. It's like all the way back, and then they're all of a sudden here again. But guess what? You have jumped. You have jumped. You're not the same person anymore that you used to be. Naivete is playing a role here too. It's also talking about your beautiful evolution, because you are not right now the same person that you used to be back then when this person knew you. or when they thought they knew you, or when you thought you knew yourself for that matter, right? You have made quite the jump, quite the evolution, and you're here now. And so those rewinding kind of processes are really interesting, because when we bump into that person from the past again, right? That could be shopping, that could be you're getting ice cream and all of a sudden they're standing in line with you and you're like, oh my God, no, I hope they're not seeing me. All that kind of a thing. But then you realize, wow, this is actually a fantastic opportunity for you to see how much you've grown, because you can feel it energetically and otherwise. Body language, everything. Your body's going to respond, your mind is going to respond, and you'll see where you're at and how much you've grown. So actually take these as real opportunities, as a check-in point. Wow, Gemini says, I'm here now. That's amazing. Like, I'm just not the same person that I used to be. Wow, that's kind of cool. All right. It's like, la, 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 la. We're going already. Two of Swords. Yeah, there's, this can be external with another person. Again, maybe we're talking about that exact same person here. And it's also happening internally. You know how we were in love. This is taking me back to that time when you two knew each other. Whatever this is, whoever this is to you, right? Again, it doesn't have to be romantic. And it has to do with the retrogrades. It does. So it's like that feeling of being so torn when you really love someone. And then again, not romantic. It doesn't have to be. It can be. And then the jump to, my God, I really don't like them anymore. And this is really a fight, an internal fight as well, with your heart and mind is what I'm getting here. Heart and mind are fighting, because when our heart is still in love, it's like, oh my God, when the mind is trying to override that can be really, really painful. And then maybe for some of you, it really took a while to get over this, or maybe you're still in the process of forgiving or trying to forgive that person in order for you to move on, right? Because forgiveness is not for the other person, although they're benefiting from that energetically as well. It's more so about yourself, right? And about really freeing yourself, because when you're still attached to someone, you're always going to have that fight of, oh, I want to get away from you, but I really can't, because part of yourself, part of your energetic self is still with that person and that situation, and you're preoccupied with that. And that takes so much energy away from us, right? Away from you, Gemini. You don't want that. You really want to bring more forgiveness into the situation so you can remove yourself completely from this person or event, whatever has happened here. And that's very, very, very important for you, because then you're standing in your power, right? Stop the blame game. And if I haven't mentioned it yet, these readings can be triggering, because it's specifically designed for those people that seek personal and or spiritual growth. So stop the self-blame here, because you're not doing yourself a favor at all. And I know this is very, very hard to do. Like, I am currently working through a lot of that myself. I'm like, wow, this is so hard to forgive sometimes. And I know how beneficial it is. And I have felt like when the energy is being freed and you finally have that energetic part of yourself back, and you are reclaiming that, because you're saying, okay, I'm making it my responsibility now, because it's my life and I want to leave and exit that situation. Exactly. Eight of Cups. Exactly. You're taking your cups back, right? But you left 3 behind here. You only took 5 as you exited that situation. So energetically, there's still three left here. Sorry, my speech is a bit off. It doesn't matter. I'm just explaining it to you. I'm sure you can still understand me, but this is high vibrational. It's like a lot of energy, so I apologize if I speak so fast too. I can't slow down. So 3, you left 3 behind, and those are still energetically with that situation. And now you're in the process of claiming these 3 back here, Gemini, which is really, really cool. And that has to do with forgiveness, right? And when you get these back, it's like, whoa, how cool is that? I have them back. That's amazing. The feeling of, wow, that's amazing. That I have the possibility, says Gemini, to reclaim those back. It's not in the hands of the other person at all. And again, I'm really recommending forgiveness. Do ho'oponopono. You may have heard me say that before. or whatever else you feel you need to do in order to let that go. You can light a candle for that person, and if you feel like it, or if you can, be grateful that they came into your life, but you really have to be at that stage. If you're not feeling it, please don't do it, okay? If you feel a little resistance towards what I'm saying, that's okay, because it's a strong trigger, and I can feel some of you are being triggered by that. That's okay. That's totally fine. Yeah, try to keep watching, because this is important in order for you to feel empowered and really feel that gorgeous power and that fire inside of you, because all of this is yours. Take it back, take it back, take it back. Forgive so you can move on. Yeah, defensiveness, like I said. The Page of Swords, that's defensiveness 101. It's like, I want to protect, and you may have walked away from the situation, but again, you left something behind, and that left you feeling kind of vulnerable, and that is very understandable, because when our heart is hurt, it's like, ugh, we want to protect it, right? We want to put up that wall, and we're like, at least for a while, it's like, I don't want to see anyone, I just want to be at home, eat ice cream, watch Netflix, whatever it is, and just lay in my bed and curl up, right? However, there comes a time, and that time for you is right now. That check-in point is right now, where it's no longer beneficial for us to do that. No longer beneficial for us to show up as the Page of Swords, to try to defend yourself with words or otherwise. There's no need for that currently. And the resolution here is to really claim your power back, because when we feel in our power and powerful, we would never assume a page stance here. We wouldn't feel the need to defend ourselves, like no matter what, right? We wouldn't. And we wouldn't feel like we need to snap at other people or push them away, because we're so in our power that that's just not necessary, because others energetically, first of all, it pushes them out a bit, the ones that you do not want to deal with. And the other thing is that in case someone really stepped over your boundary, you would be quick to say something, and you may do it, so you may even do it jokingly, right? Because you're in such a good vibration and such a good mood that it's just like, man, what are you doing? Like, step back. Or I don't know, like, that wasn't really funny, but you know, something you may do so jokingly because you're just so empowered by this. And this is your chance here to really claim your power back and empower yourself here again. I'm going to switch to the, what's it called? The Wildwood Tarot, the ones that I worked with in the experimental ones. Yeah, let's keep that. It's that one anyways. Oh, wow. Okay. Taurus actually had that one. You have balance. With the number 14, which breaks down to a 5, which is change. And that here to me is becoming my divine feminine, divine masculine card here, because you have those two snakes, and that really reminds me of Kundalini rising. So for some of you, you may have actually experienced with this person, if we're talking romantic relationship, then you've experienced a Kundalini rising with this person. Now this is specific, it's definitely not for all of you. For others, it is just like coming back into balance. It's when our chakras are being cleared out in order for them to shine again, in order for the energetic connections to be reconnected. Because what happens when we experience any sort of trauma, and when we shut ourselves down in our heart chakra, that's trauma as well, right? So, or can be traumatic for some of us. It doesn't have to be, but it can be. And then we're kind of closed off from this area. So as we experience this cleansing kind of a moment, the chakras are being aligned again, and the electronic connection between them, the vibrational connection between them in our, not just the chakras, but also the meridians, like on a body, on a physical level, they're reconnecting, and the energetic flow is happening again. And that's what's happening here right now through this reconnecting with this person, because it's sparking something. Now, this person doesn't personally have to come back into your life, but they may all of a sudden be on your mind too. That could be a possibility as well. Thanks. Oh, wow. Ace of Stones, the foundation of life. Now, this is something a bit bigger here. The Ace of Stones. has quite the energy with me. Like when this card pops up, I'm going to show it to you a bit longer. You may not be familiar with these cards yet. It's so gorgeous. It's like, again, a point to come back to. It's like a check-in point. It's like you've been here for a while, and every lifetime you come back to this, and this feels like a very important moment in this lifetime for you, because it's something that you agreed upon coming here to resolve. So that is, like, I need to phrase it like that. If I were you, I'd look into that. I wouldn't run away from that at all. I would stay and have a look at the situation. It may feel uncomfortable staying, but it's really, really worth it here. And I'm not saying staying with a person. I'm not saying that at all. It's like staying with your internal emotional world. What is going on here within you? Because this indeed is an important check-in moment for you, Gemini. And you can go no wrong. If you are choosing to walk away, that's fine as well here if you're not entirely ready. You will, however, come back to this point at some point in your life, because it's an important lesson that really wants to make itself known to you currently, Gemini. Very important. And you know how when those big lessons come our way, how important it is to work through them, because then something major is shifting in our lives. That's what that is. With great pain comes also great rewards. That's that. It comes great lessons. It comes a big leap in moving on. Like, this is big, again, really big. Thank you, Spirit. Wow, yes! You have the Two of Bows with the decision. Look at that. That's exactly what I felt. That inner fire, that empowerment here, right? And it's also, again, about decision making. It's up to you. Are you going to run from the situation, or are you staying and facing? And this one is staying and facing. And he is indeed in flames energetically, and that's so good. You may even experience, this is specific, a rise in body temperature. This has occurred to me several times on my ascension journey, a rise in temperature where you also, not just your body temperature, you feel insanely warm. And in the beginning of my journey, I would wake up at night because the soles of my feet were burning hot, and my hands, like the palms of my hands. And that is exactly that Kundalini rising, in my opinion. I could be wrong. This is my personal experience. But that's what this is very significant and signifying to me right now with that flaming man here, or energetically flaming, not really in flames, right? But that's what's happening. They're clearing out mind, body, and soul, and it's on all those three levels. And again, this is not something small. Okay, but it's up to you again. Are you going to take it this time around, or not? Wow. Oh, that's beautiful. Three of Stones, creativity. Yeah. You may take a moment and just sit back, or a moment in nature, and be like, okay, I just need to hug a tree. Just let me hug a tree real quick, because my hands are burning and the soles of my feet are burning. I really have to ground this huge amount of energy and do so. Exactly. That's exactly what I did, actually. That's exactly what I asked the earth to take, that extra amount, that surplus amount of energy, because it can get to the point where it's a lot. So yeah, that's that, and that's exactly what she's doing. Look how relaxed she is and how attached to the ground she is, to Mother Earth. Matter of factly, she's becoming the ground, and she's becoming the roots, and that's exactly what that is. Ground yourself. Make that sacred connection to Mother Earth. You can also connect with a tree here, Gemini. I'm not kidding you. We can connect to trees. We can make friendship with trees. I really recommend you find one that speaks to you, and just touch it, and you'll see what's going to happen. You'll see. All right? I can already see people not liking those readings and maybe just like, unsubscribe. This is really weird stuff. But you know what? Or the entire opposite. People are like, yay, that's exactly my type of reading. But you know what? This is a journey, and I can't help it. It's just like whatever wants to come out is coming out. And the switching up of the card is, I feel, a very important process within my own journey, and I feel it's just time for that right now. And we'll see whether you're with me or not. We'll see. It's an experiment. And yeah, we'll see. Creativity is also something that you may want to tap into. Like, again, making music, singing, that's all creative. Creating something of your own. Make pottery, make jewelry, whatever comes to your mind. Or just make knots, like macrame, that sort of a thing. Whatever, right? Whatever you feel drawn to. Whatever comes to you, matter of factly. Oh my God. Wow! Gemini! Holy moly. Wow. That's a huge card. It's surrender. Surrender. And that's no surprise. Really no surprise. You're not running in this reading. You're staying. And you're looking at it. Wow. Number 26 breaking down to an 8, which is highly successful. Congratulations for not running, for staying. Because you'll quickly realize what you thought was worth running from is really something that puts you back in connection with yourself, possibly with your higher self here. This is such a gorgeous card. Huge energies are coming down to you, and this is, I really see this as a reconnection with your higher self, and your chakras are very much involved here, Gemini, because more of the light can come down. What we have been pinched off in order to protect ourselves from feelings we do no longer want to feel or we don't want to feel. That's a reactivation. And then more light is starting to come down, much really like an electric circuit. And because we are, that's, I mean, grounding is important for exactly that reason, because the electricity, this is scientifically proven, and we know this, or most of us know this, like there's electricity running through us. We're like a battery almost. And when we connect with the earth, then it's flowing again, and it's flowing to the earth, and we're grounded. And that's that reason. It's not just happening through your feet, but here it's happening to the above world, with your soul, with your higher self as well. The circuits start to open again, and you make that beautiful connection. If you have it already, which you probably do, but it's going to be stronger, a lot stronger. And that's, wow, that's a great explanation, actually. And that's why you're feeling so much more energized, because you worked through that stuff here. Wow, that's incredible, Gemini. I love it. All right, guys, if you would like to know more, we're going to take this over to the extended. I can't wait to draw more cards here for you, because this is very significant. You'll find the links, Gemini, down below. And you can follow me either to Vimeo and or Patreon if you're interested. Check both out if you'd like, and see which option suits you best. All right? Sweethearts, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for liking, for your support, for your beautiful comments. And I hope this was insightful to you and or helpful. And I'll either see you over there or next time. Bye, loves.